Scotland, in dark vests, kick off against England in a game without equal for speed, suspense and surprise. Unbeaten up to now, Scotland's initiative is making England's a dull display. Here is an object lesson in passing and movement. Bruce's grand run, a dummy to Heaton, a perfect pass to Innes, and the reward, Scotland's first try. But that try in the corner is a tough one to convert, and Geddes just can't manage it. The Scottish threes are certainly shining, and they're getting the ball cleanly and often. The Scots forwards, too, are beating their opponents, and Elliott from the back row makes his opening, kicks ahead, and gives Bruce his chance to make the touchdown. Scotland's second try, this time better placed for converting. Geddes makes no mistake with this one, and half-time sees England down by 8 solid points, a poor lookout. But there's a surprise coming, and there's confidence in the eye of England and food in the mouths of half-frozen spectators. From the beginning of the second half, the tables are miraculously turned, with England keyed up and showing form of which they'd given no promise, and encouraged by Heaton's penalty goal. And there's still something in the bag. Almost at once, Scott cuts through, passes to Heaton after 20 yards. Heaton passes to Carr, clean as a whistle, and Carr goes over near the touchline. If England converts this, it's 8-all. It is 8-all, and the Scottish defence is cracking, and tension is mounting. The issue is settled by Scott when, after a line-out, he calmly drops a goal for England. England 12, Scotland 8. Fortunes completely reversed in the second half. A grand game of rugby at its best. Here is a message for the world from the Secretary-General of the United Nations, Mr. Trygve Lie.
We are all conscious of the great responsibility that rests upon us. Our world has come dangerously near a breakdown, and there are still difficult days ahead. As Field Marshal Smuts said recently, the only hope of all nations is to stand by UNO and try to make it work. We must not allow the human race to commit suicide. But for this, we need your support. It is the ordinary people in every land who by their faith and enthusiasm can save the world.
First of the British cabinet trio to leave for India, Mr. A.B. Alexander bids goodbye to his wife before boarding his plane at Norfolk. Labour's First Lord of the Admiralty takes temporary leave of the sea for a momentous mission by air. Later, at Herne, another leave-taking, with Lady Cripps saying the goodbyes to Sir Stafford. With Lord Pethick Lawrence, Austerity Cripps speaks as one of Britain's finest authorities on India.
I shall be very glad to embark once again for India in the confident hope that we shall be able, working with the Indians and with the Viceroy, to bring about that measure of independence for India of which the Prime Minister spoke in the House of Commons a day or two ago.
In this BOAC Avro York goes a mission fraught with destiny. 400 million Indians seeking independence welcome the 3 British ministers as an earnest of goodwill. Their task is to help India freely to decide her own fate.
In America, Mr. Churchill with Mrs. Roosevelt visits the resting place of the greatest American of our generation and pays his tribute to Franklin Delano Roosevelt. We can guess what poignant memories flood Churchill's mind. Memories of the staunch comradeship of a noble man whose steadfast purpose and selflessness brought America to victory he was not permitted to see. In a troubled peace, Roosevelt's gentle influence is sorely missed. Troubled peace has its encouragements, however, and the granting of the Canadian loan to Britain brings another example of British Commonwealth kinship. With the signatures first of Mr. Ilsley and later of Mr. Malcolm MacDonald, Canada provides us with a credit of $1,250 million, continues an earlier loan interest-free, and cancels our heavy debt under the Commonwealth Air Training Plan. A magnificent Canadian gesture, and Britain is grateful. To Scotland, where at Glasgow the magnificent colours of the Glasgow Highlanders are formally restored after their safekeeping during the service of the regiment overseas. Part of the detachment here today has come especially from Germany to see Lord Provost MacNeill return to the 1st Battalion of the famous Glasgow Highlanders their regimental treasures. And from Glasgow to New York, where British cars are attracting an attention from a car-starved people that they've never enjoyed before. Here is an export opportunity, even in bug cars, as these babies are called over there, that the industry is grasping with both hands. Our right-hand steering is strange in the States, where they drive on the right, but maybe they'll get used to that in time. The Amateurs Grand National has crowded the beautiful Cheltenham course, hunting folk from all the shires and thousands besides, and 20 runners. This is the crucial test for working hunters, 4 miles and the stiffest jumps outside Aintree. There's many a shirt on many of these, and Culloden at 100 to 6 hopes for encouragement from his stable lads. It won't be long now. 20 riders swing into 20 saddles, and 20 hunters used to the jostle of their fellows take it calmly enough. And so do the bookies, laying 8-1 against Jubilee Flight and Master P, 9-1 Winged Pharaoh, 100 to 7 Les Fanks, and 20 runners, and 24 jumps in 4 miles. Anything can happen. But they're away. A clean, solid start in the field, streaking for the first jump. The first jump. Let's watch them in slow motion. It's pure equine poetry. All 20 over and as clean as a whistle. And the second. On to the 9th jump. Some bumping in front. They're still close, though stringing out a bit. Knockalong's down and not waiting, though his rider wisely is. And here's the 11th. Now they're well strung out, and Pharaoh sheds his wings and takes the short way out. But we're getting the shape of things now, and in the grandest racing pictures for more than 6 years. Here they come for the 19th jump, with Pete's Caravan and Les Fanks ding-dong in the lead, and riderless Knockalong well named. Fanks has improved by a length, but there's a strong challenge by Domino and Prattler, with Prattler coming up fast. The 21st jump, the Fanks and Prattler neck and neck, and it's still anybody's guess. The last jump. Jubilee Flight has come right up to challenge Domino and Prattler and into the home stretch. Although Jubilee Flight's great challenge has brought him up from way back, he can't give any more. Prattler in the middle is staying. He's even drawing away. This is it. Prattler, Jubilee Flight, and Domino. And the national hunt chase is won by the despised Prattler at 33-1, magnificently written by Mr. Taylor. Despised? Well, they say he's a hopeless hunter. Well, who's prattling now?